Released in December 2025 and widely discussed through 2026, The Housemaid is a psychological thriller directed by Paul Feig and adapted from Frida McFadden's best-selling novel. The film expands on the classic domestic thriller model, one that disguises danger beneath household normalcy, presenting audiences with a disturbing study of obsession, power imbalance, and societal reintegration gone awry. Sydney Sweeney leads as Millie Calloway, a woman recently released on parole after serving 10 years in prison for manslaughter. Sweeney's performance is a blend of vulnerability and guarded resilience, anchoring Millie in sympathy even as the character's situation spirals into moral ambiguity. Opposite her, Amanda Seyfried portrays Nina Winchester, a wealthy and increasingly unhinged employer whose veneer of suburban perfection belies volatility and psychological complexity. Seyfried is arguably the film's most striking presence, capturing Nina's oscillation between cultivated civility and unrestrained rage. Brandon Sklinar's Andrew Winchester offers a more muted but necessary foil, a seemingly kind husband whose actions complicate Millie's moral compass and the viewer's alignment. Paul Feig's direction embraces the lurid, pulpy roots of domestic thrillers, leaning into suspense with a deliberate pace. The film's visual language, glossy interiors, immaculate suburban spaces, and controlled color palettes contrasts with the psychological chaos happening underneath, reinforcing how appearances can mask danger. The tone sits somewhere between camp classic and neo-noir thriller, at times unsettlingly slick, and at others uncomfortably raw. Feig allows scenes to unfold in almost suffocating detail, forcing the audience to sit with tension rather than escape it through spectacle. Narratively, The Housemaid begins with a deceptively simple premise. Millie accepts a live-in maid job with the affluent Winchester family, hoping to rebuild her life. However, as she navigates unexpected emotional entanglements and Nina's erratic behavior, the psychological stakes escalate. Critically, the plot occasionally leans on genre staples: privileged danger, unreliable hosts, and the outsider striving for acceptance. Several twists arrive predictably, and key character motivations, particularly in the latter half, hinge more on melodrama than logic. Additionally, the film's pacing fluctuates. Early suspense is strong, but momentum can dissipate mid-narrative, requiring the viewer to lean into character psychology rather than external action. Where the film could have improved with The Housemaid would benefit from sharper thematic focus. While its exploration of social stigma, trust, and perceived normalcy is compelling, the screenplay occasionally sacrifices ambiguity for explicit melodrama, reducing what could be haunting subtlety into broad theatrics. A tighter structural rhythm might have sustained the early tension into the film's second half more effectively. Similarly, developing secondary characters more fully, particularly those who function as narrative mirrors to Millie, could elevate the psychological impact beyond the protagonist versus antagonist dynamic. Audience response to The Housemaid has been notably more positive than many critical reviews suggest. Verified audience scores on review aggregators remain high, indicating that many viewers find it a satisfying genre experience: pulpy, suspenseful, and memorable. There is also division. Some embrace it as effective pulp entertainment with strong performances, while others critique its predictability and thematic familiarity. Online discussion highlights this split, with some viewers praising the tension and others finding the plot conventional or the final acts less compelling. Commercially, the film has been a significant success, grossing over $380 million worldwide on a modest budget, a testament to its broad audience appeal and genre strengths. Film rating 6.5 out of 10. A taut psychological thriller anchored by strong central performances, but limited by familiar plot mechanics and uneven pacing. Final thoughts. The Housemaid thrives on discomfort, contradictions, and the unsettling notion that danger can lurk beneath polite facades. It may not reinvent the psychological thriller, but it delivers enough intrigue, character tension, and pulpy unpredictability to satisfy audiences who enjoy their suspense with a side of glossy menace. Like and subscribe, because sometimes the scariest house isn't the one with locked doors. It's the one with secrets behind every perfectly polished wall.
Hold me, baby, let